Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is a dry snuff review. This is the number 5 review of group number 3. Do want to say again that these groupings of dry snuffs, they are all in one playlist. They are not like the series in the dip reviews that I do. Each series is a separate playlist. These are all one playlist. It should be probably listed as dry snuff. So this is the 5th review of the 3rd group, and this one is slightly different. This stands out from the other 5 in this group. The reason for that is they are all schmauzlers. All right, and this one is and isn't. This is a hybrid. What this is a schmauzler snuff hybrid. What I am taking that to mean is it is scented like the schmauzlers, and it is in fact the tobacco used in them, one of them in particular. However, it has been hydrated with water instead of oil, and also it has a light, or so I'm being told, a light mentholation to it. All right? None of the others do, and they are all hydrated with oil. This is hydrated with oil, but I believe from the reviews and what else I've read online, this is actually the same tobacco that is in Poschl's Schmauzler D. All right, so it's the same Brazil tobacco. It's just not hydrated with oil, and it has been mentholated. So it is in a tap box, as you can see. It is a 10-gram tap box, and the name of the product is Bayern Prise, which basically means Bavarian pinch. If my translation and my grasp of German is correct, Bavarian pinch, which would explain why you see the blue check background. It is I don't know if it's actually the official Bavarian flag, but it is a pattern that is associated with the Bavarian state, which is a federal state in Germany. Germany is a federal republic. So where you would, if that seems familiar, the little shields on the back of a BMW. That's why it's familiar. BMWs were also originally, at least, a Bavarian product. So you have a 10-gram tap box, and if you see underneath the name down here, it does say Brazil Mitt Snuff, and it slips my mind as to what the mitt is. But if I think about it, I will mention it. German warning label. Now, this has been unopened, and I have not done any nasal snuff in probably, I don't know, a couple weeks. Why have I not tested the waters before doing this like I always say I'm going to? Because all of the reviews I've read say that this is incredibly easy to take. So I guess we'll find out. Anyway, so this product is unopened. That is the safety seal right there. I will show that coming off. On the back, you have basically German for smokeless tobacco. Poschl Tobacco is the company. Geisenhausen, Germany, made in Germany. You have a barcode, some sort of lot number, the fact that it's 10 grams, and then another warning label. All right. It's fairly thin. I haven't been doing this recently, but I really should have been. Compared to a dip can. Now, it's not nearly as much product. 10 grams, a dip can that translates out to 34.02 grams. So obviously it's about 1/3 the weight content. This stuff I'm expecting to be fluffy. So what you have is you have a top that pops open, and it has a depression right underneath my finger there that's being sort of covered by the safety seal. And if you want, you can pull it all the way over and put it on the depression on that nub, and it will stay open. The safety seal is just a piece of plastic. It's like a little plastic tab. It's open on one side, and you can get a finger under it and just basically break it off. It breaks off. That one was actually a little jagged, but the rough edge, it's soft plastic. So that's what you have, and then we have opening it. Sort of pops, and I usually go like just open it like this, but now that I've mentioned that, this one is sort of sticking down farther than they usually do. So using the nub, and there you go. And it smells like the Schmausler D that I reviewed earlier in this group. It does. They're right. Now, I'm guessing that what I read in the reviews is probably correct, because basically all of the reviews said the exact same thing. These were over at Mr. Snuff, where I get these products from. I am not affiliated with Mr. Snuff at all, and I once did have a problem with a shipment, which they did correct, though, in the end, and at no cost to me. So, although I'm not affiliated with them, they are one of the very few games in town where you can find all of these products under one roof. Just saying. Now, they have reviews on their website for each product, and the reviewers, it's a different clientele for dry snuff, nasal snuff, especially if they're European, okay, and they put more thought into the products they use. It's not like the dip community. So usually you can get a collection of pretty good reviews. Now, some products have more reviews than other products. This product had 11 reviews, and at least 11 votes on the star system, lowest being 1, highest being 5. They were unanimous 5 stars. So, and they were also all saying the same thing scent-wise, which I will not mention right now until I try it myself, but it's sort of what I'm getting here. And that it was easy to use. So we'll see. I am so confident that this is going to be easy to use, I'm going to actually knock out bombs here. I probably just sealed my death warrant on that, but that's all right. And like a little ball just fell out of there. Okay, the stuff's... wow. Okay, the stuff is very fluffy, if you can see that. Very fluffy. Like, I feel like I can move this bump around almost. It is breaking apart a little bit. It doesn't... It feels very soft. It feels very soft and fluffy like the other Poschl snuffs. So I'm going to take the British Airways mix stick here and split this up, because I think my snuff spoon is in action elsewhere. So that's all I'm going to do until I see what's going on anyway. The nicotine on this product is medium, supposedly, but it is slightly mentholated, although I did note that the seller, Mr. Snuff, the store itself, noted that it was not mentholated. However, that said, you sort of need to go on the reviews to get a good idea, because there are a lot of products that are listed as non-mentholated in dry snuff that actually do have a very light mentholation. So this is one of them, evidently. So I'm going to do this now, and if you hear me, or not hear me, if it pauses out real quick, then I'm probably sneezing somewhere. Anyway, here we go. Okay, it's definitely mentholated. I don't even see how Mr. Snuff could say it isn't. My whole face is just sort of going like tingly. Okay, well, considering I haven't done any nasal snuff it's been since before the break, so the first week of August, I'm going to have to say that this is easy to take. Although I may sneeze here at some point, the fact that I haven't yet is noteworthy by itself. The product goes up real easy. It's real light and fluffy like the other Poschl snuffs. Not the schmauzlers, the snuffs, the water hydrated snuffs that are real fluffy. This stuff is real fluffy too. It's got an effect of the menthol, but there is nicotine definitely present. Now, it is listed as medium nicotine, and that very well may be true. Always sneeze out through the mouth, especially with something like this, because you will lose the entire product. I think that's it. This, mind you, I haven't done anything for weeks now, so this is still very easy to take. The fact that I've gotten away with one sneeze is... yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so the notes, the scent of it, the flavor, if you would, are basically what the reviewers were saying. It's sort of got notes of like cocoa licorice. It's sort of a dark feel to it. It is very much like the Brazil D. Okay, now the reviewers were saying, I don't know this for a fact, this is going on in-depth reviewers, that this is the same tobacco as the Brazil D. It's just got menthol added and it's hydrated with water. So I'm going to have to say that that's pretty much dead on. There's notes of cocoa, some may say licorice. It's very dark. It's got the whole Brazil D scent flavoring. It's just got a bit of menthol on top of it, which for a new user is not a bad thing at all. And it does, the menthol you can tell there's something different. It might be menthol even just smelling off the tap box. So all in all, this is the easiest one thus far to use out of this group. It gives you the scent feel of the other schmauzlers. The scent is actually even stronger on this than everything except for the original Bernard. And it may have something to do with the menthol drawing it out more. I'm not sure, but it's very good. You know, it's something you if you're ordering stuff and you want something different scent wise, this may be your guy. Now, it is a little bit on the upside price-wise. Now, it is 10 grams in the tap box, so obviously it's higher priced than any 5-gram tin, which personally, 5-gram circular cans, I find difficult to deal with. You know what? I find a lot of cans difficult to deal with when they're filled up too high. But when it's in something like this, people say all the time that it's not the best for keeping the product at the right moisture. Something like this, I don't think is going to be around long enough to have atmosphere affect it. That's my feeling, you know. But it is priced a little bit higher, as I said. It's retailing around $4.50. If you do order from Mr. Snuff, keep in mind the stuff is coming from England. Isle of Man, to be exact. All right? So there's going to be shipping. Now, the shipping is reasonable considering where it's coming from. I mean, I have another online retailer that has a warehouse an hour and a half north of me here, and they charge me a flat rate of like $19. I feel like being like, I'll drive up and pick it up. $19. If you get about 11 products that are about this size from this company, 11 or 12, maybe you can get away with 13 if a couple of them are 5 grams. The base shipping is about $9.50 to $11. Considering it's coming airmail from Europe, basically, that is not bad. But keep that in mind because you don't want to buy just one product. Because now the Bayern Prise $4.50 just turned into $16. This is not worth $16. It's good. It's not that good. So do keep that in mind if you want to experiment, you want to buy a number of products. I'm saying about a dozen. If for some reason you get to the shipping part and you don't have the $10 thing, that means you've exceeded weight limit. Remove one of the products from the list until it drops down. You'll figure it out. I'm sure of it. Anyway, one sneeze. Sense lasting. Menthol sensation has eased back, but the scent is still there. With this stuff, the nicotine hits and then recedes back. It doesn't build like in a lot of oral products. So, but the nicotine hit was good. It was definitely there. All right. Now, it is listed as medium nicotine, but it was there. So, all in all, this is... If you're going to go to lengths to get dry snuff, then I would seriously consider making this one of your products that you get. At least give it the consideration. It will be over at Mr. Snuff under the German flag, German products. They go by country over there. All right, so Bayern Prise Bavarian Pinch by Poschl Tobacco. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I am going to cut this short because it is running well too long. I am going to be doing shout-outs in the next video, which will be sometime in the next 48 hours. However, I do want to give one shout-out now because the young man outright asked. So, Dylan Davis, you have been shouted out. Hello and thank you. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Dirty Pat Walsh, Snuff Strings, Wayside Lee 83, Wild Bushman, Real Talk Studios, No Bluff Buff, and SnoozeFreak.com, the channel here on YouTube. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.